Hello, hello. I'm just gonna wait for a little bit for Sharon to come on. She'll join me in just a second. Very fun. We are gonna have a blast today. Sharon Hadden is an amazing business owner, and she is, let me see if I can get, do I see her yet? She is the owner of the content planning company, and she experienced a VIP day with me, and she was kind enough to jump on, which she'll be on any second, to go ahead and chat with us a little bit about her experience, what it's like to go through a VIP day, if it's helped her, all that good information. So she'll be jumping on real quick. And hello, how are you? So fun. It's going to be a great time. I see this light is a little wonky. Woo. But Sharon is amazing, and I cannot wait to welcome her. She's got so many good things to say. How are you doing? I know she'll pop on any second, so we're just taking up time. There she is. Hi, my love. Let's see if I can go ahead and get her joined. Let's see. There we go. Did you get the invite, I hope?
Well, hello there, Jen.
I just have to tell you that I am very grateful. I have, by the way, everybody, I have no clue what she's going to say. I have none of that. So we'll see how it goes. But I am just very grateful that you would come on and talk about your experience with my VIP day, the Pinterest Strategy Intensive. So let me go ahead and formally introduce you. I want to welcome Sharon Hadden of the Content Planning Company. She left her good government job in 2015 with dreams of turning her marketing agency from a side hustle into a full-time venture. And it took some time, but before long, she had a roster of clients who relied on her, and she helped them and managed their content and promoted for their online content. But that dream was kind of short-lived. I think many of us have been there. Suddenly her household income was cut down to a grad student, and she ended up taking a contract at a tech company in Silicon Valley, where I am. Whoop, whoop. And she let go of all of her clients to make the most money she had ever made as a marketing consultant. And having a steady paycheck was really great. But of course, something was missing. And that typically is the case for anybody who has an entrepreneur kind of soul, I think. But I'm going to let her explain what happened and how she got to her current business herself. The Content Planning Company is amazing. I am part of her membership. It is extremely valuable to me. We just had a planning party yesterday, and I was like, I legit had so much good information. I think I scheduled 10 different posts over the next 2 weeks so I can take time off. And I'm big on content planning, but it's totally different when a content planner person learns from someone else, and just, your content is just so good. Anyway, Sharon, welcome, and go ahead and fill in the blanks on how you ended up starting the Content Planning Company, if you wouldn't mind.
Hi, hello, Jen. It's so lovely to see your face. And wow, it's funny because during our planning party, right, we were just talking about how the person you are today is who you always wished you were, 30 days ago, 3 months ago, a year ago.
Yep.
And hearing you talk about my humble beginnings, right, of okay, I'm running this marketing agency, but I'm a little afraid. I'm a little fearful, right? Hearing you talk about that, and then today being really full-time in my business and focused specifically on marketing education, it feels like everything is coming full circle. So yeah, thanks for having me, Jen. And like, you have definitely been a gift, a gift
Oh,
to my business at Content Planning Company. And yeah, I'm just really grateful to just be able to share my experience with everyone, particularly anyone considering a VIP day with Jen, because talk about amazing.
making me so happy. See, I'm telling you, I did not know. I don't know what she's going to say, so I'm incredibly excited. Um, I'm going to be putting all of her contact information by tagging her in this later on. So I want to make sure that we're talking about my VIP day, but I truly, truly value her membership so, so much. And so I want to make sure everyone does check it out. So I've got like 10 questions to ask you, but I'm sure it's going to end up being more conversational because, you know, I know how you are and with me. But describe for me how familiar you were with Pinterest before we started working together, because I think that's interesting to know.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I feel like Pinterest is constantly the social platform that I say is a missed opportunity for business owners, right? Like I get
Okay,
it.
say that one more time. One more time.
If Pinterest is a missed opportunity for business owners, entrepreneurs, and you know, I would be doing these content audits or social media like strategies, putting together these plans, and I almost always had to say like Pinterest is an opportunity you should explore. Like this is something that you're clearly missing. So I feel like I've been pretty familiar with Pinterest, but what I found myself doing recently was that same old problem is, hello, everyone, it's an opportunity for you, but not really internalizing what the opportunity was for me. And
And
so
your business. Yes.
it was really at that point where I was thinking I need to get some help and support adding this as a tool in my own content strategy. And so yeah, I felt like I was really familiar and always hyping up Pinterest, but like really not taking advantage of it for myself.
That's amazing because I know a lot of people coming to me and talking to me about the VIP day are like, I know Pinterest, but my analytics are bad. And really, I think what most people don't know is our focus wasn't all about analytics. It was actually about your business, your goals, and how you want to work
Yeah.
and making Pinterest work for you. Like that's kind of my big thing. No VIP day looks the same because I've got to take the person that I'm working with and their business and how they want to work, right? Not everybody wants to be pinning all day long. I don't know anyone that does, unless it's for like, you know, recipes and things.
Well,
Uh,
even the on the fly adjustments that you made, right? Like we'd be in a workshop and for everyone, I just hired a part-time community coordinator. So we'd be in a workshop with Jen and then we both go like, oh, like we're really familiar with Canva. So like we can kind of like brush over these parts. And she's like, okay, well, let's place more emphasis here where you feel like you are
yes.
strong. I love that.
Well, and the big piece of my VIP day is like content planning because most people don't really have a handle on that. And you're like an expert on that. So I went over a couple things because I felt they're just important to cover. But for the most part, we dug in where it was important for you to go. So that makes me really happy to hear. And yes, and you know, Sharon did invite her content or community person to come on. So I always say if you have a VA or someone that's going to be pinning for you, to have them on that VIP day because I feel it's important for you as the business owner to learn, right? Even if someone else is doing the work, because they could end up taking a job somewhere else. And then you're like, oh my gosh, what was that I was supposed to do again? Right. So yeah, that's amazing. Were you considering this type of service like before you found me? Like, were you like looking for a VIP day or were you looking to like, what were you looking for when you found me?
Yeah, and it's like I don't know. It's one of those instances where you know you need help, but you aren't quite sure the help that you need. And I feel like I don't know, something in the universe just kept saying, "Remember Jen? Like, but I thought she did photography, like, or no, but like you see, like I see like little whispers of her doing something related to Pinterest." I wasn't really clear whether or not I needed a VIP day until I literally landed on your website and saw just like how descriptive it was, the process that you were going to walk us through. And I was sold, because I am very keen on, I'm marketing savvy. I wanted something where I could take the knowledge and go and apply it for myself. And so the done for you services around Pinterest management never really spoke to me. And then as soon as I hit your website, I'm like, okay, like there's this kind of hybrid experience. We'll get some hands-on work.
Yeah.
You'll do a portion of it. We'll show up and do a portion of our work. And so, yeah, it was just beautiful.
Yay. Oh, God, just loving hearing this. Now, why did you ultimately book with me? Like, what in our consultation, and this is probably more for my information, but what made you feel like a VIP day or me was the way that you wanted to move forward with Pinterest?
Jen, it was clear you know your stuff, like crystal clear. And I'm very much a person who wants to see how the process works through. And I think during our consultation, you were really, really good at helping me understand what would be covered, hour by hour in the VIP days. Mm-hmm. So this big ambiguous, what am I spending money on kind of a thing.
Yeah.
You showed up to the consultation to say, let me hear what your goals are and how we customize this to make sure it matches what you want in your business. And then two, like, I already have this format, so you aren't going to have to think about a thing. You don't have to worry about what you don't know. Just show up, and I have this curriculum planned for you. So that was like the ultimate no-brainer. I think the very next day after our consultation, I was like, invoice paid. Like,
well, and why did you choose, this always intrigues me as well. Why did you choose the VIP day, within 5 hours versus a course or a membership or something else like that? Because they're all sort of different. And what about the VIP day fit for you for the education piece?
Yeah, I think, for anyone who may be like me and want something you've been putting off for so long, right? You feel like if you invest in the course, if you like join the thing, it's going to be put off and kind of kicked down the line even further. But the VIP day, I really knew that was the direction that I wanted to go, because I thought in 5 hours, we can now have a strategy. We can already have some of the pins that are already going out on our Pinterest profile. Like, it felt like a really a way to turbocharge our content strategy by doing the VIP day and then being able to keep up that momentum.
Yeah, I think that is I would agree with you. I think the difference with the VIP day is it is more expensive potentially than the route of a course or membership, but it is, for me at least, because I'll be doing VIP days for my business too, it is that cutting down on the time. It's worth the investment to not have to spend hours and hours watching videos or learning all this stuff and being able to answer those questions or have those questions. Mm-hmm. And I think too, there's a customization with a VIP day that's not for everyone. It's literally specifically for you. So that's why I would choose a VIP day for my business and investing in my business as well. Mm-hmm. What did you enjoy most about the experience?
I really like that I didn't have to double check anything. I didn't have to overthink anything. Being someone who is marketing minded, right?
Yes. Or that Pinterest is important for your business. Like from all the content you're doing for everyone else.
Yeah. And I think even for anyone who is not like particularly marketing savvy, or if you're a very beginner at Pinterest, I think a really key piece is resisting the urge to be the guide, right? To tell people how you want things done. And I was just so pleasantly surprised that part of my brain, that part of my the way I get work done did not turn on, because Jen, you didn't give it a chance. You were like, here's what's going to happen. Here's how things are going to get done. And here's going to be, you know, the return on your investment. I think one really fun part was, I don't know any other like service VIP day. I haven't experienced this where by the end of it, you are already literally hit the ground running, right?
That for
That
me,
was
that
my,
was so important to build into the VIP day. I don't want you to learn, and then you're boom, you're on your own, and you're like, what am I doing now? Like that was a problem for me.
absolutely.
Good. Yay. What was there any part of the VIP day education that surprised you?
Huh. Yeah, actually. And you mentioned this a little at the start of our live, right? That you actually go into content planning, like the fundamentals of not just Pinterest, but how Pinterest works in your marketing ecosystem. And that was just so like, it was like, wow, this is a huge surprise, because what you think you're paying for is it's going to be Pinterest and Pinterest only, and I'm a Pinterest expert. But what you really brought to the VIP day was just your overall expertise in marketing, your experience as an entrepreneur, and that was just so pleasantly surprising. Like getting a download of everything Jen does in her business, right? And imparting that to me so that I could pick up the pieces that fit and work
Yes.
it into my own strategy.
Thank you for saying that, because for me, it was really important when I created the VIP days that there's a lot of education out there telling you do this, do that, do this, do that. And oftentimes it doesn't fit your lifestyle. Either you're a mom with 2 kids at home and we're not going to be doing everything that you're telling me to do, or you have someone maybe who has more time and wants a more complete system, or like ABC, do it on this day, do it on this day.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone falls really in the middle there. So I wanted to make sure that this really fit how anybody worked, because I'll alter it as we go.
Yeah. Well, you really knocked that out of the park. Again, I could see how for the beginner level person, how it would just be a relief of like, now I kind of get marketing. That would be but then for someone who's more of an expert level, like I consider myself, it was all still just like, wow, these are points that are being reinforced, and also new ways that we can adapt our content workflow, right? Like just make it just a tiny bit easier every step of the way.
That makes me feel really relieved, because it was very, like when I worked with Social Squares, I was really concerned also because they're experts in marketing. You're an expert in marketing. And in my heart, I was like, oh, can I even help? You know what I mean? Like, and then, but I went through it, did the research on your company, and did find areas that we can like tighten up and make smarter, right? Work smarter, not harder. Like that was really big for me. So you just really made me feel really good by saying that. How would you describe a VIP day to another business owner? So someone who is not seeing all of the things that we're getting done, but like, how would you describe it as an overall description? I'm just curious.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a tricky one.
I know.
It's like, this is gonna sound very silly, but like,
no, I want like, this is why I'm asking you this to find out.
It's like grabbing a coffee at your favorite coffee shop, right? Like you kind of get to this point where you can't stick around, you can't sit down and really enjoy the atmosphere, but you still get the really delicious coffee, the thing that's your favorite. You get a little touch of the people who you're interacting with, and then you take it away and you really savor that. Like the VIP day experience to me was like driving through and getting delicious takeout coffee and getting all of the fun feelings that come with interacting with other people, that like all of my favorite things, and then being able to take a little piece of that home with me. It's a strange comparison, but it's
it just makes my heart melt, because it is 5 hours. So there's a lot of content, right? And I'm always scared to like overwhelm, but at the same time, I really want to impart every single bit of my knowledge at that second
Yeah.
toward what I think will make your business even more successful on
You
Pinterest,
just,
right?
you just felt so familiar. Being like,
Oh,
spending that amount of time with you it felt very comforting, familiar. And I just felt like I was like in the hands of a true expert, and also somebody who was just super passionate about my success. And like, where do you get that?
I don't know. Oh my gosh.
And that's where you get it.
It's just, I don't even know. Have you, I'm going to totally put you on the spot. Have you implemented the VIP day education into your business?
Yes, I have. And I'm like, this is always the scary thing to answer, right? It's just like,
I'm scary to ask.
yeah, yeah. Well, again, you set the foundation so well by introducing, like having some design pins, going ahead and doing that initial pinning for me. Like that was just so critical where me and Elaine could go and look and see, here are some prime examples of how it's done. We could really take a look at how you set up Tailwind and that workflow. So it
Yes.
gave us something to mimic so that we could continue that momentum. And I think that piece in itself was just so priceless. Like after our VIP day, we hit pause for a month to just think about what other content were we distributing? Was it blogs, video? And then we were able to just recoup and really bounce back to that and say, now that we know what our higher level content is, what really needs to be promoted, like let's just go and mimic everything Jen did during our VIP day. And it made it so easy to keep going and keep that momentum. And I think a lot of times we stop or we get stuck after we've learned something.
Mm-hmm.
And that just
Mm-hmm.
wasn't the case working with you, Jen.
Yay! And I know my VIP day includes 3 months of my membership because I feel like it's so important to be able to ask those questions afterwards, right? So I'm excited to have you in our group soon. Was there any part of the education, like during the VIP day, before or after, whatever, was there any like aha moments, like things that I don't know, aha moments, anything that you were surprised by or felt like it made it easier to be on Pinterest, anything like that?
Yeah, actually, the aha for me, I mean, I work in content and social media, and you can't be a newbie on any platform and get results. Pinterest was just so different, right? Like the direct correlation between pinning and the views that you get on your profile and on your pins was just like a light bulb going off, right? Like if you're new on Instagram, you start sharing stuff and you got to seed it with people, like, hey, come follow me, do this.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do any talking to anyone about the fact that we had started pinning on our Pinterest account, and then you're like 30 views in a month, 100 views in a month. Like, where are all of these people coming from when we're so new? So that was my like light bulb moment of there was a direct correlation between pinning and views on our profile, which views on our profile means increased awareness and exposure for our brand. It means our web traffic, is going to start, we're going to start getting a funnel, like a really nice funnel.
Yes. Yes. I feel like Pinterest is the most, the easiest on us of all social media platforms because you give Pinterest a little bit of love and the analytics will start to rise. And then, but, knowing all the analytics that we dove into for VIP day, knowing that those outbound clicks are the money clicks, right?
Yeah.
Those are the ones like when you see outbound clicks on something, that content resonated and they're potentially going to be a client in the future, if not at least get on your email list and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Well, and Jen, like it wasn't long ago that we did this VIP day, right? And like, I'm even in my Google Analytics dashboard, I'm already seeing Pinterest as a referrer. And so it's just
I'm
like,
telling you.
I barely give this platform any love, if I'm being honest. Like, we're
And can
doing
you imagine how much love you can get if you do more? Like,
right.
people always think I'm like telling tales, but like a good 70% of my social media traffic comes from Pinterest. And as you know, I'm on Instagram all the time. And I spend maybe an hour a week on my
Yeah.
Pinterest. So
Yeah.
that says something. That means that for little effort, you're going to get a big return in terms of traffic, which on Google means that your business is going to get seen. Like
Absolutely.
it's so important. All right, last question. How has the VIP day impacted you or your business?
And this VIP day was the start of me thinking about my business differently, right? You know,
Really?
seriously.
I would never have guessed that because I look up to you as a business owner too. So like
Thank you.
it makes me so happy that you just said that.
We can be each other's muse
I
because
know.
I don't know. When I started planning out my 2022, like, here is my idea for sales and my marketing focus. There has never been a social media platform that was on a list as a primary focus until now. Pinterest is a primary focus in my marketing strategy. And, you know, I always looked at social media as the thing where you use to promote, to distribute other things that you are doing. That's been the way that I've always used social media and the way that I teach it. But because Pinterest is both that search engine and social media platform, it's just like outright thinking, I don't have to think about the ad budget that I'm going to like pour in to blow up my business. Like,
Yes.
my small daily efforts on Pinterest
Yes.
will be the gift that keeps on giving. And I can't say that with certainty for other platforms. It's the ebb and flow. So like that VIP day it was just the start of me thinking about my business differently and really looking at like embracing my mantra of, you know, stress less and post more. And so thank you for that.
Oh my gosh. And I feel like you and I are very much the same in when you create something, put it everywhere. Like everywhere. And after VIP days, or I work one-on-one with clients consulting, they oftentimes will come back and say to me, you know, the repurposing, I tend to create for Pinterest now and then share it on reels or carousels or whatever, where before I was creating for Instagram, which doesn't really go many other places. So that makes me so happy. Any final thoughts before we end this and I let you get back to your work? Again, thank you so much for coming on and doing this. It's my market research for my own business.
Well, I hope this is impactful. And for anybody who is on the fence, right? If you're feeling stretched, if you don't know if the VIP day is for you, like, just hop on a call with Jen. Like she will make sure you have the clarity that you need to take one step forward. I mean, it's about the future of not just your business, but your life, right? And so, Jen, that's just what I want to say to you is like, this has not just been a glow up for my business, but this has been life changing. It's been world changing for me as thinking of myself as a CEO, not just a solopreneur. Like, really, how do I integrate my team? How do we like work to pull in this big strategy that seemed unapproachable before, but now with your help, like, it's totally manageable.
How to do a lot of impact in terms of marketing for very little effort. That is truly my goal always on these VIP test sessions. So the fact that you said that just really warms my heart. Thank you so much for being on here. I just want to make sure that anybody who's watching this video, please go check out Sharon, the content planning company on Instagram. She is absolutely amazing. I vouch for her membership 100%. I'll probably do something like this with her for her membership because I value it so, so much. And have a great day today, Sharon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Take care,
See
everyone.
you later.
Bye.
Bye.